So are you in the office today?
No, we went in yesterday. Um,
Oh,
they had an escape room in the office that they created for teams to go through. So we did that. Is that
oh.
do they have escape rooms in Japan? Is that something that people do?
You mean, oh,
Yeah.
yeah. We don't have we don't have that in office, but we have that in I mean in some area. I mean,
Yeah, like
you
a
pay, yeah, you pay, and a few people form a team, and they figure out how to escape from that room. Is that right? Is that what you
yeah,
are
yeah.
doing?
And you
Okay.
kind of have to solve puzzles. You have to find clues in the room and then kind of put objects together to maybe open a door or something like that to
Ah, that sounds
get to
very
the
funny.
yeah, so I mean, yeah, we don't usually have it in the office, but somebody because the office is so empty because more people are working from home, some people got together and they made an escape room. It took multiple rooms, so you started in one room and we had to find keys and things and then uh, eventually opened the door to that room to get us into another room to find
Man,
more clues. So it was
that
pretty
sounds very
good.
interesting. Did you use Cold Cave? I guess. Did you?
Yeah, I thought that would have been a good room, but no, they did it upstairs. So it was up in like the
Oh,
marketing and stuff was.
oh.
But
So
I
not
thought,
many people, not many marketing and sales people are there in the office.
not like it used to be, there was people at the office, but it feels empty because the office can hold so many more people. Like
Ah,
so
yeah.
there's still a number of people there, but there's lots and lots of empty cubes. So
Yeah, uh, yeah. One person from Japan is going to visit U.S. office in the December, I guess.
okay,
She's responsible for the finance, so I guess she want to get some final report for Japan.
that makes sense.
But yeah, she's looking forward to visit Minnesota and the headquarter. But
In
since not
December.
many people there, that's not a
Yeah.
and the
It's good.
winter of Minnesota. Wow, that's not a good
Right.
idea.
There's that's it'll be dark most of the time.
Wow.
December's when we have our shortest day. I don't know. Does Japan get kind of short days with light where it's dark most of the time?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So sun goes down most of the time at 6 p.m. So that's much earlier than US, right? Yeah.
Yeah, in December the sun will go down like the shortest day like around 4:30 or 5, I think.
Oh, really? Okay.
But that might be because of daylight savings time,
Ah,
like
yeah.
because they shifted things. So
Right. In November, right? The starting
yeah,
from November, yeah. How's everyone? Um, Eric, Harry, Haiti?
I'm they're they're doing well. Hopefully they'll join in at 7:30.
Yeah.
So Eric wasn't able to come to this escape room. His kids or a kid was sick, so he had to stay home.
Ah.
So.
Yeah, we should do that in Japan. Wow. But we don't have that much room. So yeah, we do. We
You do.
don't.
You probably have a big empty building.
Yeah, it's sad to see those machines are moved out of factory. We don't have lace machine right now. They are all shipped to those buyer And we have half of the CNC machine right now.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, most of
I think
them
they were
yeah.
they shipped some to the Brooklyn Park, I think.
Oh,
The
really?
lathe. Yeah, because they said, "Oh, we're gonna get some more Haas lathes from Japan." So
Ah,
I think some of them were going all the
I
way
was
to
thinking
Brooklyn
to
Park.
put some snake or some fun food or chocolate inside of that so that someone can surprise. But Chris told me that oh those machines will be shipped by ships, so it will take probably 2 months or more.
Yeah,
So putting a food inside that is not a good idea.
I didn't even think of that. Just to put stuff.
It's for Wally.
That's
Yeah,
funny.
Brooklyn Park. Okay.
Do they know who's gonna use the building after Proto Labs or
We don't
no?
know.
Yeah.
We are still renting this building until April, I guess.
Okay.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So don't know. But in this area, actually, I live very close to the company. In this
Okay.
area, we have many logistic company around here, so that
Okay.
our company ProLabs might be a popular spot.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
And I forget, did you buy a house or are you renting where you're staying?
I bought a house.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So will you probably look for something in that same area? Or
Uh, Probably not. In this
probably not.
area, there's not much work. It's like a maple plant in Japan.
Okay.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, I began to contact recruiters and check LinkedIn to see some jobs. And yeah, I was interviewing some Taiwan company, but
Okay.
we'll see.
So you might go back to Taiwan or you are
Uh,
you
they
for
are they
sure
are
looking?
they are building a factory in Japan, so I'll
Oh, okay.
probably go there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
it's called TSNC. It's a semiconductor manufacturing company.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
I don't know. Good luck to me though.
I was gonna look on the network and see if there was any old photos from any like old GTSs and stuff.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
But which years did you come here? Do you remember?
Maybe I was there. Uh, uh, 2016 and
Okay.
2017 and probably 2018.
Okay.
2016, I went to Minnesota and an intern we had whose name is his name begin with a N.
Nico?
Uh, Nico.
Yeah.
Nico.
Yep, Nico.
Okay, Nico, probably Nico. And he brought me to the kayak.
Okay.
We did kayaking together.
I remember he did more kayaking than interning that summer.
It's summer. It's a good weather. You
Yeah.
can plan in.
So did you like that?
Not bad. We we probably do don't do that in Japan.
Uh-huh.
Or probably we do that in sea, I guess, because we are closer to sea. Jackie.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. How are you? Good
Or good
morning.
evening.
Good evening. It's a 9:30, my friend.
9:30. Okay. Well, thanks for being flexible and getting on in our morning time. I
No
appreciate it.
problem. I do that in the past 6 years. I am familiar with that.
Yes, that is true. So does that mean you're gonna try to find a Japanese-based company so you don't have to do these crazy hours anymore?
Well, I am just start exploring right now. I don't
Okay.
have any um limitation, I guess. Just
Hmm.
see what I can get.
Okay. How's the job market right now over there? Are there a lot of possibilities?
Not bad. I began to talk to some recruiter recently, and I am going to have an interview tomorrow. Actually, tomorrow afternoon. It's
Great.
a semiconductor manufacturing company called
Okay.
Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company. It's
Okay.
Wow,
it's it's
not a small
of-
company.
Well, and you could use all of your manufacturing knowledge, not just your IT.
probably, I guess so. I
Yeah.
don't know. It's different.
Yeah. That's great. Well, congratulations and good luck.
Thank you, thank you. Good luck to me. Good morning, Heidi. Good morning, Jason. Thanks for coming.
Hey, good morning. Man, that's cool. You're thinking about working at the chip company. That's pretty awesome. But have you been traveling between Taiwan and other countries recently? I'm just curious for my own personal travel. How is the I know they have like limited flights and stuff between the US and Taiwan, so I'm just wondering, have you been out to other places and back recently?
No, yeah, wow, what's that?
Just busy at home?
I am at home right now, but I went back to Taiwan last year, the December of last year, but and then come back to Japan this July. So
Wasn't too
right,
bad.
that's not too bad, right?
Yeah, I was curious like how how the restrictions were, and I know they were having, so
Yes,
the
yes.
pandemic was ramping up for them pretty
You
bad. So
know
I was
that.
like, is it a big pain to try to get through the lines and all that? But
Yeah, we don't have that anymore in Taiwan right now.
okay,
We are losing the
stabilized.
restriction bar.
That's
Yeah.
cool. Cool.
Am I the only one to have a beer?
Yes.
Yeah.
Haiti, you are
Whoa.
on mute. Haiti, you are on mute. Oh, we have Chris right now. Thank you, Chris. Thank you for coming.
Morning, afternoon, evening.
Good evening, Chris.
Wally,
Chris
I
Well,
would
is very
love,
sleepy.
I was gonna say, Wally, I'd love to join you on your beverage choice, but it's a little early right now for me. 20 years ago, probably. Now, maybe not so much.
Did you send your kid to school? Not
Uh,
yet.
one's already at school and the other one goes in about an hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, then
But
not
I'm
a
driving to the
good
office
timing.
today, so I should probably be a little responsible.
a breakfast beer.
It's melt juice. Melt juice it is. Yeah. Thanks for coming. Thanks Scott. Thanks Haiti. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, Jackie. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Russell.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, thank you for all your contributions, Wally. I haven't worked with you a whole lot, but I've heard a lot of great things about you and a lot of good work you've done here.
Thank you. I believe I left a lot of bugs. So good luck, man. Good luck, everyone.
Yeah, I'll second what Scott's comment was. I know we had you on I Am Proud for about a year, but it was great working with you and getting to know you and exchanging information about what it's like for you to live over in Japan and raising your kid over there. And so I appreciate that knowledge and those experiences. And I hope everything works out well for you. I was really sad when I heard that Japan was going to be closed down, um, and we didn't know what was going to happen. So I hope the next job you find amazing people and great work that's challenging.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
Make sure you keep in touch.
Okay. Make sure that what was I gonna say? Make sure your kids is still interested in Japan.
Yes, yes. I don't know if I told you I took them to Florida in June. It was their first time on an airplane, and we weren't even on our return trip home. We weren't even back to Minneapolis yet, and they were like, "So when do we go to Japan?" I was like, we need to save up for a while for that one." So they are
That's a
still
much
very
longer
interested.
flight.
Yes, that too. We got to work our way up to that. So that has not gone away, and I don't foresee that going away. So
Yeah.
give us maybe about 5-ish years
Yeah.
when they're a little older.
Yeah. Yeah. Japan has many tourism spots, so it's very worth coming. We have a Gundam, a movable Gundam status statue in Yokohama, which is close to Proto-Lab, Japan. But unfortunately, it's closing in next March or February. But well, it's every children would like Gundam. Nobody doesn't like that.
So
gotta
you're
hurry
telling
up
me I
and
need
see
to
it.
bump this trip up to before next March.
Right now.
I'm screwed.
That's December. That's your Christmas trip.
There you go. There
I
you
gotta
go.
hurry up and go see that, Wally.
Yeah, we should go that. We should go that. Maybe tomorrow? No, I ain't having an interview tomorrow. That's a good idea. Yeah.
Wally, do you
Eric, how
remember?
you? Yeah.
I was going to ask,
Yes.
do you remember the first project we had you work on here?
The first project is the FC intranet, and I was modifying. I guess I am modifying a page that we don't use for a long time.
Okay.
And yeah, that's probably what I did. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, I couldn't remember what we had you do, so I was curious. What was
FC
So-
intranet
Yeah,
and
that's
then FCQ display, the real time display queue. But
Yep.
we don't do, or we don't use that in Japan, so I'm not sure it's not even used.
But they
We
didn't.
used FCQ display.
We use, but sometimes it's just freeze there, and people just stop looking
Well,
at that.
I should say we use it. I don't know how much actually utilized, but it was
it was
it was
running.
being displayed.
Yeah, sometimes we wonder about that with just the MES. Does anyone use it? It's just. I think at GTX, some people went on a tour of
Rosemount and
Rosemount, yeah, and they don't really show like, oh no, we don't really use that.
They do. It just wasn't as obvious. They do. I
Yeah,
promise
yeah.
you.
Yeah.
I'm in a lot of conversations. I've been to the plant. They do.
Okay, good.
It was a 2-hour tour, and they showed us the MES for about the last minute.
yeah.
Okay, we're gonna have to have some talks with some people there. Oh, So, Wally, did you work on the CNC and IM Prod team the whole time you worked at Protolabs?
Yes,
Oh,
CNC
okay.
team first, and then
Yep.
transfer to iron production team. That's November or October.
Yep.
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah, you helped us get some tech ops work done that we didn't have the bandwidth for, so it was so great because you came in and it was like, hey, tech ops, here's some stuff that you've been asking for a while, and they were like, thank you, and I was like, thank you, Wally. So it was awesome. So thank you for
Yeah.
that.
I'm
That's
glad
great.
I was helping. I did I or whatever.
Oh yes, you did. You did. You came on at a challenging time because we were in the middle of OCP conversation, so we were gearing everything up for that, and we were like, okay, he knows this side of the world, so let's get some stuff. Oh, there's some tech op stuff, so it was perfect. They were very happy.
And Anna left Photo Lab after she told me that I am transferred to IN. That's just too.
Yeah, she didn't want to face those consequences.
Good morning, Maria. By the way, everyone, Maria speaks very good Japanese. Actually, she got a top level of Japanese language test. So, a juice, milk juice. This is a milk juice from Japan, which is also called beer. Okay.
Don't know that I can have any beer this early in the morning, but I'm happy for you.
I knew that. That's what Jackie told me.
But Jackie also says she used to drink beer this early in the morning, though.
Well, I said maybe 20 years ago I could have pulled it off. I said maybe. That darn aging thing.
Yeah.
Wally, did you have a favorite project you worked on over your years?
That's a good question. My favorite part is probably the Vue.js ones. The things related to Vue.js. That's a quite good journey. And after that, besides from that, NRS or NCIS. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
you like
probably not a bad idea. But I don't like the front end technology we use in NRS and NCIS. We should probably adapt Vue.js to that. Is that a good topic in farewell party?
You can say
Let's do
whatever you want.
Speak now or forever hold your peace.
I was looking at old photos on the network trying to find pictures of Wally and from like GTXs or something, and I've learned that he avoids cameras because I can't find any.
Maybe I went out with Lucas and Eric. We Eric and I and Chris and Lucas, we went on a trip in Eric's small Mini Cooper car. I don't know how how we did it because it's so small. We squeeze into it. I remember that.
Bigger on the inside.
Probably yes.
Just a
Yeah,
mirage.
I didn't know that he could carry more than one passenger.
There you go.
There's a
There's
back
4
seat in there.
seatbelts. Yeah.
Yes.
There it
We
is.
car. Man.
Found one.
Wow.
What's happening there, Wally?
I don't know. Maybe someone invite me to drink a coffee.
It looks like you did you win a or did they present you with a mug or something? Maybe a certificate in a mug?
I got an award of what's that? Late night cheaper. It's a what's that? What's that?
Oh, was that one of the
USA?
unawards?
Yes. Right.
You got a mug with an unaward? Man, I didn't know that. Nice.
So it's probably they have too many mugs. I guess so. Like in Japan office, we have too many samples left. We have like 100 or more sample cubes left. So I took 2 or 3 of them to my house to as a toy for my daughter. Maybe she will like that. It's a black, so Eric, you should try that.
Good idea. Yeah.
Just a aluminum block.
Yeah. Jason, do you want me to send you some? We have Japanese song. Oh, Jackie too. Your kids
please.
can learn Japanese from it.
We also have a few hundred rulers with Protolabs Japan logo on it that we were going to use at a trade show that got canceled.
Yeah.
Boxes of rulers if anybody wants some.
No, I'm good.
Yeah. Good. Thank you, everyone. I really enjoyed the time here. Yeah, because it's hard to have such a good team. I mean, tolerant to my Thai room. It's a very good experience. Thank you. Yeah.
Wally, how long have you worked at Protolabs?
6 years, 6 years and 6 months. Yeah. I joined Polar Labs on 2016, May 16th. Yeah. So that's quite a while. Wow. Wow. Wow.
I can't believe it's been that long.
Yeah.
Time
And I
flies.
never had a chance to share my dad's joke. That joke recently. I only share with Chris recently because she just sits next to me. So I'm going to share my dad joke right now. Let me think of that. Okay. One day, a buffalo drive his son to school, and guess what he said to his son? Okay. He says, "Bye, son."
Nice.
Good one.
Yay.
That's,
Man, that
that's
last
a good
photo
dad joke.
just takes me way back. Wow.
That was on the
Yeah.
bus to Vicky's, I think.
Right.
Or to the whatever restaurant by the lake.
Oh.
Good old Google Photos. All I gotta do is search for Wally.
Is that Faisal sitting next to Russell? I can't remember.
Oh yeah, Faisal.
Faisal, right.
Yep. Looks like he's hanging on tight.
Here's what the GTX room was like in Japan. Or the final form.
Your HAL 9000.
Oh yeah.
It's
That was
still
the
there.
most impressive part.
thing that scares the dickens out of me whenever the fire alarm goes off.
Right.
So how many developers? Just the 3 for those spots in Japan?
What's that?
Did you just have 3 developers over in Japan, or do you have more than that?
Just 3.
3.
Takashi was on what tech services? Is that what you call it? The IT side, not software.
Yeah, he was with Robin Minshew.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah. Man.
I like the "Don't worry, be Wally" sign.
What's
Yeah,
the
I
story
saw that
behind
guy.
that?
That's the first week when I joined Polo Labs that Chris made this for me. Some people just introduced me to with this song, so Chris created this picture for me. Thank you, Chris.
I don't know. It just came out. Don't worry, be Wally, and I found the Bob Marley album and photoshopped it. And I think I grabbed. I had to. It nabbed it from a picture from GTX, but I had to clip your elbows off a different picture because they were clipped off the original photo. It doesn't look perfect, but it works.
Wait, he has somebody else's elbows?
I think they're still Wally's elbows, just from a different picture.
Oh,
With
okay.
different lighting.
That is dedication.
Yeah, I can see now.
Wow. Google Photos even recognized Wally when blindfolded.
Oh,
I'm impressed.
Very cool, but scary as well.
But also, yes, semi-depressed.
Find the apple. I don't even know what game that is. Find the end of the rope with.
I think we had to lift that barrel with like everybody had the blindfolded people had to pull the ropes evenly or something.
Yep.
To move the barrel without dropping the apple or something like that.
I think maybe there was one person not blindfolded and they were supposed to give directions. So it was like a teamwork listening thing.
Oh yeah, I remember this. So I guess I was paired with Faisal. That's what that's why he stands next to me.
Oh, each blindfolded person probably had a person
Yeah.
instructing them. Okay.
Well,
Yeah, I barely remember that.
is the layout of headquarter change a lot or not? We don't have many change in the working the office area.
Marketing has done the most, and it's mostly just trying to make it more inviting for salespeople and marketing people. But GTS is exactly the same. Like, does that sound right to everybody?
Just with a lot
Yeah.
less people, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
People
like
moved around.
from yesterday when we went through marketing, it looks like marketing just went around the building and decided what's the coolest furniture in all the different departments, and let's grab a piece of each of those and stick them in our area to make it look kind of cool. Because they have like their little booth, and then they have some more tables, and they have some couches, and Which makes sense if no one else is going to use it. Why not just make a cool area? But I was like, well, if they're the first people to think of it, they get a neat looking
Yeah.
area.
GTS just grabbed all the monitors and
Yeah,
technology stuff. We're like cosmetic couches. I don't know what's that for.
No, yeah, just give me the biggest monitors you can get.
Man, I miss that.
Are most people still working from home?
Yeah.
I'd
Yeah,
say so.
I come in once, twice a week, and there's usually about 5 to 10 people there on Wednesdays.
Oh,
I mean, in GTS, there's more people in customer service and marketing.
well, yeah, yeah.
But
So
yeah, it's so small.
most people are predominantly remote, or is it kind of like hybrid?
No,
predominantly
I
remote?
would. It looks like 90% remote.
Wow.
From what I hear, like the salespeople, they can't all come in at the same time. They just don't have the equipment and desks available.
Wow.
So they come in, rotate through every like other Tuesday or something like that, because they share cubes and docking stations.
Does that mean like this sales team is just growing that much bigger?
Sounds like it. Yeah.
So we could just give up the GTX area and just have sales fill up HQ.
Yeah, I don't know. It sounds big
Then we
talking
would-
to some of them.
We'd never have a place to go, but that's okay.
Have they? I mean, does everybody still have their own desk, or they kind of?
Well, you could have 5 desks.
I mean,
We just
I-
all
because-
sort of moved around where the most people
Because
come
I
in.
remember before space was an issue. Obviously, that's not the case anymore. But
Yeah.
if a lot of
I
people are
have-
working
Chris
from home,
Le-
then
Chris Lea having escape game in the HQ right now. Russell told me that they are having escape room
Oh,
game in HQ
it's good.
recently.
oh
It's
really?
fun.
Yeah, they used all the extra space to make a multiple room escape room. Like
It was big. Yeah.
they used a couple conference rooms plus they just dedicated some area that was like cube space. Cleared out the cubes and made that part of the room too. Like
Wow. Impressive.
Maybe I should do that. Maybe I should do that on my last day. So
Where you know
There's-
how to escape, but everybody else doesn't.
they
There's
stay.
plenty of space in the Japan office now.
Did Japan ever go fully remote too? Or did you guys stay?
As much as they could. Obviously, can't have the operators running mills from their houses, but
Yeah, you were all together still, so it's a different type of change, right? Because it's like there's for us headquarters it was like, oh, everyone could work from home. We didn't have the factory connected, so
yeah, that was always the kind of tricky dynamic that sort of prevented any remote work before COVID. COVID kind of forced our hand.
okay. So they did
Um,
lighten it up and say, okay, everyone.
So most people that could did, but then once it started to lighten up a little bit, then we did try to push people to come back some more, just because when you have everybody working on the same location, you see that sort of comparison, and people from the factory are not as happy. Makes sense,
For sure.
but yeah, that was always a tricky bit. But no, I think it went as well as we could have. Takashi was like fully remote. and Wally left to Taiwan. It was super remote.
Super remote. Eastern remote.
We didn't notice.
Yeah.
Still just you wake up and there's a new PR from Wally and you just look it over just like if he was working anywhere else. It's just
Yeah, that's really not
approved.
that far.
Yeah, it's not that far.
I think you gain an hour or something, so it's a little bit easier in the evenings.
Yes, that's true. That's better. Yeah. Ugh.
You'll be
I
ready
got-
for a nap after all these milk beers.
Well, it is
it's
bedtime
10
for
p.m. Yeah.
Just go to bed. Yeah.
Do you guys remember that once upon a time I went to GTS and we went to a boat trip and I got drunk and I fell down.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I don't
And
remember
Eric
this.
was standing next to me when I fell down.
Passed
Yeah,
out for a second.
He caused a panic on the boat.
And Jason
Captain
drove
was
me
involved. Captain was like, "Uh oh, should we go back?"
You didn't fall
Yeah,
off the
this
boat
way.
though, huh?
No, it's fine. If you don't fall off the boat, it's not really a problem. Keep going.
That's funny. Whoa, man.
Yeah, that open bar. We haven't done that again since then. It's always
Oh,
drink
really?
tickets now. So I think you helped set the process of how we should do drinking at Brodo Labs. You helped establish the good policy there.
Man.
Which there's always people that don't use it all your drink tickets, so you can feel like the people that want to can still pretty much get unlimited.
Yeah.
I remember at the last event at the Iron Exchange, Rob Ford was just trying to see if he could get more tickets than who was it, Stefan or something.
Oh, they're just collecting them.
They weren't necessarily using them. They just wanted to like see who could get the bigger pile.
Nice.
Yeah.
I found the boat. There we go. But I don't know if I have any pictures from the inside.
Oh.
It's a decent sized boat.
Yeah. I recall we had 80 people on it or 50. It's quite a lot.
Was that out on Lake Minnetonka?
Yes.
Nice.
There's Vicky. She was probably like, "That's my house over there."
Yep.
Lay out my house.
What year was this?
July
That's,
26, 2017.
Right. Like I've never had the opportunity to go on a boat, but this is well before I started, so it's fair. Wally, how many times have you been out to HQ? Just once?
Oh, me, three times.
Okay.
But I've never been to Brooklyn Park. Yeah. Our stakeholder, Jared. Jared promised me to take me there, but he left. Total left earlier than me. So
jerk.
I'm angry about that. Jared. But he let me get into his what's that? His car, his Tesla. So it's good. Yeah.
Nice.
I've I've never been to Rosemount, so only Plymouth. Yeah, only Plymouth and Plan One. Yeah, that's all I've been to.
I think
And
I've
the
only been
Japan
to Plymouth
plant,
as well.
Plymouth. Yeah.
And I'm new enough that I never made it to Plant One.
Do we still use Plan One?
I think
No.
it's empty now.
Yeah.
They cleared it out, so I don't know if it's up for sale or they have it ready to sell or rent or something. The
A good candidate for escape game, right?
Yeah, we could
Yeah.
open a Maple Plain escape room there. We could open it to the public, I'm sure.
Yeah. There's probably room for a couple in there. You could do like
Every
3 rooms.
everybody in town, is probably looking for an escape room in Maple Plain.
Wow.
So you
Well, I mean-
started with Fazel as your manager, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and he told me that he is not a fan of Minnesota's winter, so he escaped to North Carolina. I guess
Yeah.
so.
Then I don't know where he went. I don't think he lives there anymore. I think he's somewhere else. Last time I looked at LinkedIn.
I don't know. Yeah, it's really good to visit Minnesota in summer. It's great.
We're planning a trip over December. Be the first time my wife will be there over in the winter, so I'm excited.
Have you made it back since the pandemic, Chris?
Nope.
Okay, so it'll be your first trip in a while then.
My parents, they visited a few months ago, which was also their first time coming here since first time when we'd seen them in a couple years. First time we'd seen them since we had children. So
Uh-huh.
that was
Wow.
a big change. So that was good. So now since since my wife's still on maternity leave and I'll be in between jobs, gonna just
To travel.
kick out or just leave town.
Yeah.
But yeah, I heard that it had snowed a little bit already. Is it?
Oh, it was nothing.
I imagine it probably didn't hang around for very long because it's still October.
It looked
but
nice, but it was just gone. And within, as soon as the sun came up,
Yeah.
wasn't anything like the wasn't there like an October a Halloween blizzard?
blizzard of 97, 8,
91?
It was
6. Oh yeah,
1991.
91.
Yeah.
It was
I was,
91.
Specifically because my parents have a photo album of the year I was born, and it includes many photos of that. And we did not really go trick or treating because I was 2 months old.
They just put you in the snowbank.
But yeah,
Took
no,
the
it was
pictures and called it good.
1991.
I remember trouncing around in a green dinosaur outfit. It was cold.
I didn't even live here in 91, but I've heard so much about that snowstorm that I feel like I lived through it. It was
technically lived through it, but I didn't have to do any of the shoveling, so it wasn't too much of a problem for me.
But no snow at the moment. That's
Correct. Yeah, it's pretty decent weather actually.
Yeah.
Maybe
Pretty mild so far.
October-y. Yeah, we could get some rain. That'd be nice.
It's been very dry.
I'm looking
Tried
at the
to put it up.
forecast and it says rain at 9 and 10. So that's progress.
I tried to put up some decorations for Halloween, which were like pound things into the ground, and I couldn't even pound them into the ground because the dirt was just it's just rock solid. Very dry.
Chris, when is your last day?
next month. End of
So
next
the
month.
End of November.
End
Okay.
of November. Yeah. Which appears to have been solidified. I don't think there'll be any changes anymore.
Oh, they
It
keep
had-
changing it on. Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, we extended it 1 month because I just there needed to be someone around to take care of all the IT stuff still. But not beyond that, and the few people that are remaining are now worried about not having any tech support.
Mm.
Turn it off and
Tell us
on once in a
not-
while to
Yeah, tell
let
them
them
not
know
to
you're still there.
download anything or click any weird ads.
Well, I don't appear to be doing a great job at the moment because currently there's no internet to the building.
Nice.
Uh,
You're just there to supervise. Like, yeah, it's, just make sure things are still there.
we
They don't make you pay the bills, do you?
no, we reduced our IPs from 32 to 1 because we don't need them.
Oh, okay.
They did that today, and by the time they were done and I was testing everything, all the network team, I guess, had gone to bed, so I couldn't get any help from anybody. So
You should use this 1 month to make a startup and like hire interns and be like, we're trying to get the internet running and
yeah,
get them in there, put them to work.
have them try to hack into all our Cisco
Yeah. We'll
Cisco
pay at the end of
firewalls
the
and
month.
switches.
Don't worry about it. It's like a real life escape room.
Kind of feels like that when because we've got the different keyed gates, keyed doors to get to the server room. And even when you leave, you gotta like twist the lock once so that it unlocks for you to leave. And there's like 3 or 4 doors just to get outside from the because I was helping the contractors get in to move the media converter, and it was like 1 door, 2 door, 3 door. Each one's got the badge thing or the lock, and
Locked up tight. Well, good luck on your interview, Wally.
Thank you. Yeah, I hope I will be sober tomorrow.
Nah, just wing it.
take
Yeah.
the nerves off.
Yeah. The good thing is that the interviewer is from Taiwan, so I can speak then in Chinese with no problem. That's
Oh,
that's a
nice.
good thing. Yeah. Actually, I also interview with TikTok, the ByteDance
Oh
company.
man, you're going
Yeah,
big.
that's 3 months ago. So I when I interviewed with them, they spoke Chinese to me. I was like, whoa, it's been a while I speak Chinese in my working environment. It's so new to me. And I almost
Yeah.
I almost forgot how to speak Chinese. like how to describe a class in C sharp. How do I say that in Chinese? I don't know. I don't even know that how to say that in Chinese. Inject molding. What's that? How to say that in Chinese?
I don't know if I could describe programming concepts in Japanese. We had to ship a storage array, the Nimble storage array, to Germany, and they were asking. I had to tell the liquidators. We had to explain what it will be used for and how it will be used. And so here I'm like trying to explain, what a storage array is, and it's just a bunch of hard drives, so you can like expand storage. And then I'm trying to explain like how virtual servers can use a pool of hard drives to allocate however much you want for for each server, so that you don't have to have 50 physical servers. You can just have a bunch. And he's like, I understood 20% of that. Like, okay.
Yeah.
So is it pretty empty there, or did they liquidate off everything at this point?
Sounds like we've sold pretty much everything. One of the older VM2s or VM3 buyers backed out, so they had to. I think they're relisting that. Hopefully we can sell that otherwise we'll have to scrap it. But most of the stuff went. All the furniture is gone, or most of the desks are gone.
And all the lace machine gone, and they probably will be shipped to US. And I tried to put some snake or put some chocolate in it, but Chris stopped me because he told me that it would probably need 2 months or more to be there.
It's going on a ship across the ocean.
Yeah. Probably some cookie.
A lathe full of snakes.
Yeah. Ugh.
And then all the IT equipment, that'll be gone November 10th.
Okay.
I'm just picking up everything. So next week I get to de-rack all the servers. That'll be fun.
Is there a time when just everybody's planning to be out of the building that you just kind of lock the doors and don't go back in? Is there a date for that?
Not really. Well, March, April, I think, is when we gotta kind of like give the keys back. And then December is when we start construction to put everything back the way it was. But there's still a few people hanging around through January, actually, for like finance and building maintenance and HR stuff that kind of lingers for quite a while. They're actually quite busy, even though there's no employees anymore left.
I imagine there must be all sorts of financial things.
Oh my goodness,
that you got to do when.
And even after January, there's still stuff to do, but I have no idea what they're going to do with.
Yeah, because when is like typical tax time in Japan?
I think it.
March.
Well, yeah, March. Is it March? Yeah, it's a month before the U.S.
Okay.
The fiscal year in Japan begins at April, so
each company can kind of define their own fiscal year, but it's typical to start in April.
Sure. Yeah, I'm just imagining that all of that still has to happen at the end of the year. So.
Yep.
And we still have one customer that owns Proto Labs, like 80,000我
$8,000
800,000 yen, at this point of time. So
Well,
I
actually,
don't
at the
know.
current exchange rate, that's probably $6,000. But that was a customer that shipped in February, so way before the withdrawal announcement. And 2 months they didn't pay. 2 months they didn't pay. 2 months they didn't pay. Gonna pay, not gonna pay. Gonna pay, didn't pay. Gonna pay, didn't pay. They finally went and visited him yesterday.
Yes. I want to know the following of that story.
I was
Please.
too busy today. It sounded like they paid 2,000 yesterday. I don't know how. And then he said he'll pay the remainder by October 31st, but we'll see. It's not a huge amount. The other company, Arkellis, we had like 5 molds and they just refused to pay. But
Kind of understandable.
that was related to the withdrawal of the closure though, which makes sense. And so our policy with that is that we would refund them their mold fees, but we shipped them parts and they refused to pay for the parts even, which I think is pretty ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, we made you stuff and shipped it to you. At least you could pay for that, but whatever. I guess it's better to just write it off rather than if you linger any legal stuff, then you can't close the business. So I guess it's just an acceptable loss.
So were companies able to like buy their molds, or are all the molds getting destroyed?
That's a long story.
Everybody close your ears. We shipped a lot of customers their molds.
Wonder if they can even use them though.
Well, so we told them they can't, like,
yeah.
But people still insisted we ship it to them. And so that was kind of like a sort of a what do you say, a mitigation, I guess, because obviously a lot of people were pretty ticked off.
So it helps prevent some legal action or something.
Yeah, or just kind of keep things a little, cool, level-headed. And so we told everybody like, the way that our molds are made, you probably can't use them without significant, you can't use them. But but they says no, we still want them, and it was like a couple hundred, I think, customers. We shipped a lot. I don't remember the exact numbers, but it was a large amount. And then the U.S. exec team wasn't happy that we were shipping puck molds because of proprietary something or other, and so then we had to stop shipping those. But we told people that we would ship them, and then now we're saying no, we can't ship these, and that was kind of another oil on the fire. But the people that we already shipped it to, it's like, well, we tell them to send it back, but we figured no, just better not to mess around with it than just leave it be. And oh man, what what an adventure. And if you search for Protolabs at the time, I don't know if it's still up, there was a company that was saying, don't throw your mold away, don't throw your Protolabs mold away, we'll make parts for you from it.
Oh, nice.
And really?
It's a smart strategy.
Yeah, that's
we just bought some of their presses.
Opportunistic. Yeah. So
it's smart
I don't
though
know,
because they could just scan it and then make a new one or something.
I don't know, but they even had some diagrams that they must have gotten from a customer or whatever of some of the molds that it was kind of bizarre. And some pictures had were our actual pallets that had the Protolabs logo on the side. It was kind of bizarre. And we all actually consulted with a lawyer to see if we should be taking any action, since they're kind of like using our name even though we're going on a business. But yeah, it was just a weird. What a weird experience.
Yeah.
What did they do with Misumi? Did they just say
Oh
no
man.
more, or did they like direct them to like, oh, just use hubs or something?
So for everything else with Misumi, we had to give a 3-month notice, and we only gave them a 2-month notice because technically the contract didn't say anything about business closure. So I guess that's how the lawyers figured we could weasel our way out of it. Obviously, Misumi wasn't very happy, and so that's why we extended 2 months for CNC production.
Okay.
And they were supposed to continue through the US, and then that got shifted over to the UK. But nobody really communicated that well to the UK because they thought that they were going to be shifting over in July, but it wasn't until September. And then nobody told them that it had changed, and a lot of miscommunication. So a couple guys from the UK actually came last week before, and visited with Misumi. And so myself and Terry kind of gave them a knowledge dump of the whole Misu relationship and working with Japanese business in Japan and that kind of stuff. So, so that's going to be continuing through the UK, but they have no API, and they were 2/3 of our uploads.
Wow.
So I don't know how they intend. It sounds like it's gone down to about 1/3 of what it used to be, but it's totally manual. Like apparently there are people at Misumi that take a customer's CAD file, upload it to the e-commerce site in the UK, get a quote, take screenshots, post those to their Mavi system, and then use those to place orders with the customers. Oh man,
They didn't shut it down? Oh my
it's
gosh.
just
I
it
figured
just
they
sounds
just
like a
shut it
nightmare.
down.
It's
And
so
so
Japan.
they're quite anxious to obviously get an API written for 2.0 with the UK, but I don't think that's very high on the priority list right at the moment within Protolabs. So because of the hubs integration and such. So and I may go to Misumi.
Oh,
Not decided yet.
Awesome.
But, they're
you could
they're
write an API.
yeah.
You've done it before.
They are, we'll say they've been heavily inspired by Protolabs because their marketing is very similar, and they've over the last few years they've created a internal development organization, and they're trying to typical Japanese companies kind of outsource development, and so they're trying to bring that all they're internalizing all of that now. And so they're basically building a new dev organization, which is kind of interesting. And their solution to accommodate for developer culture in a less than accommodating Japanese company is to just create their own child company. Do whatever you want then. So that's kind of interesting. Anyways, we'll see.
So what does
Eric is not.
Misumi do?
It's not West.
Yeah, that's West. He's a little
Yeah.
sick
Hello,
today.
West. Nice to meet you.
You say hello? No, he's shy.
Good morning.
Like, I don't like this cartoon.
Change the channel.
Dad, where's Paw Patrol?
That's quite popular over here as well, by the way. Papotororu. Yeah, they say the same thing. Papotororu. But anyways, Michael, to answer your question, Misumi does exactly what we do, just for standard parts. Everything else is pretty much the same.
Also, like standard lead times, but
No,
digital.
not custom CAD. So like
Okay.
Nuts and bolts. Not really nuts and bolts, but you know.
yeah, like
Parts.
good example is ejector pins. So you can get ejector pins of any diameter and length. So it's kind of like standardized geometries for
Got
lots of components.
Interesting.
And so they didn't do the fully custom stuff that we did. And so that's why they wanted to do a partnership with us.
Okay.
Bye, guys. Good
It's
night.
about
Working
time.
with you. It's nice to see you.
Thank you. Thank you for everything. Good company, good team. Good luck, everyone.
Yeah, thanks, Wally.
Thank you.
It's always been fun having you on the team. You're always willing to take on anything we give you. So
Thank you, both of you.
No problem.
thanks.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Have a good interview.
Bye.
Yeah,
Thank
good
you.
luck.
Yep.
Thanks for everything.
Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye
Thank you. I'm not crying.
bye.
Take care. All right, see ya.
Yeah.
Goodbye. Good night. Good evening.